Oh, hello.
Hey.
You know it's an extra special episode when we are here together, bitch. Yes. Come on, girls. Come on. You see the, I had,
Listen.
But
It was not. But I know it comes at a cost.
It's not the same bundles that I had last week. You know what I got? A new style, a new hairdo, a new cut, a new color. So I got the blackout look now. I look 40 again.
Ooh, okay. These cocktails are strong already. But hey, listen. I'm here to
We're here in the
We're
here in the Gay Boy Mansion.
Yes, we're in the Gay Boy Mansion. What is this, Studio K? What is this a different Studio K? I can't remember what studio it is.
Studio A is in the basement,
right? But then it was
Studio B. This is the renovation.
No, remember it was Studio A was on one side, then it was Studio B on the second side.
Oh, so this is Studio C.
But then Studio C was up here this way. Remember? That's what I was saying. I lost count of where we were.
All right, so this is Studio X.
Okay. Studio X. Okay, there we are. We're Studio X. So what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's in the cup? Listen.
What's in the cup? So let me start. Anybody that knows me knows that I love a frozen beverage.
And all I need is liquor.
And I have been looking, and listen, they are not giving us any promotional whatever, but sure. I have been wanting a ninja slushie for a long time, but I was not about to spend the money for it. But then Amazon had it on sale for Amazon Prime Days, and they had the multi-month pay for 0 interest. So, and then since I had Klarna, I went from, I stretched this shit out. I'm paying this. I'm paying like $10 a month for the next 50 months.
Listen, just whatever.
But anyway, so I bought this and it arrived on Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. And so I immediately made, I had some leftover of the filthy margarita mix.
Oh yeah.
And I made it exactly per the recipe, 1 2/3 cups of the margarita. This is how the universe was working with me, because when I poured it out, it was exactly 1 2/3 cups of the margarita mix left, and then 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of water and a 1/4 cup of liquor, in this case tequila. And I was like, only a 1/4 cup? That seems off. But so when I made it, I was like, oh no! Oh no! I accidentally added triple the amount of tequila. But baby, it was fucking delicious. And then the next day, I had.
But the frozen part really it fucks you up, because
it's so smooth.
It slows it down for you,
right? And it's so smooth. It is exactly like a Slurpee. Like sometimes when you make a frozen beverage in a blender, there's chunks of ice or whatever. Baby, this is perfectly blended.
7-Eleven serves this type of stuff. Well, listen, there was a place that we already know.
Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesdays was that girl for me. So that 190 octane or that motherfucking Long Island iced tea. I don't know if you've never been. Baby, listen, I need you to experience that. And shout out to Keith Andrews, because that motherfucking 190.
First of all, let's put a pin in that, because I'm going to Google, because I'm betting you can buy the mix or an approximation thereof.
Well, that, and you can also just go to the few locations that are still open.
Baby, I got a slushy machine.
Well,
I don't ever need to go to Fat Tuesday again. If I can get the mixes, because let's just be clear, they don't make all of those. Those are mixes.
No. Yeah, those are pre-made mixes.
I'm sure there's somewhere where I can buy that or get an approximation of it.
Sure.
So anyway, on Sunday, I had a ton of lemons. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a spiked lemonade. So I had several things. I had some lavender vodka.
You just so happen to have,
as one has,
lavender vodka,
some
infused
lavender vodka. There's this company on TikTok called Crew.
Let's be clear. It is not infused like I like it. It is infused with lavender. I just want y'all to be clear.
Right. So, but you could make that. But anyway, so it's a growler, which, it's a container about like this, but then it's got a thing, but it's got a flat bottom. So it's designed to be turned upside down and the bottom comes off so you can easily pour liquids and stuff in it. And I bought an infusion kit that came with a couple of sprigs of lavender and some sugar cubes. And I had bought that like 2 years ago on like a whim when the shit was on sale. And I never used that lavender vodka. Finally, what?
It is 2025, and bitch, you have a sprig of lavender in your house.
No, girl, you're supposed to take the lavender out. So after like a month and a half, you take the lavender out, and then so I just had the lavender infused.
I'm just saying you have a sprig of lavender, not like a broom or a paperclip but a sprig of lavender.
That's what you would call a.
I'm just saying it's just a new level of.
So I had the lavender vodka. I had maybe 20 lemons. So I zested most of the lemons and made a lemon infused simple syrup.
Okay.
Because I watch a lot of cooking shows and YouTube, and so what they tell you is that if you want something to be really lemon flavored, the lemon flavor comes best from the zest, not the juice. So the recipes that they'll show you is what you do is you take the zest and then you like rub the sugar in the zest and then you make it like that. So that's what I did. So I made a very strongly infused lemon simple syrup and I did that. So then today when I knew they was going to have the show, I was at the grocery store and they had a lavender Paloma mix. And were you with me when we went to Reading Market and there was that craft cocktail spot and they had all of the different flavored vodkas at Reading Market?
I don't think
we went. Oh, that was Best Friend. Yeah, that was Best Friend. And
in Reading Terminal, I would have definitely
Yeah, so we bought that there, and so I made this. So these are frozen lavender Palomas with triple the amount of recommended vodka. And
mine is almost gone. So
mine is too. If I wasn't talking, it would be gone. And it's got a little extra lemon infused simple syrup in it. So that was a very long answer to your question, Desmond. What is in the cup?
So yeah. Hey, Greg. How are you? Hey, David. What's going on? Greg messaged me. Yes, I'll be there.
Did he send you the picture?
There's a picture.
So.
There's a picture, Greg?
No. So the way the showers are set up is there's an overhead and then there's a separate handheld, which is perfect if you need to install an attachment.
Gotcha.
So like with me,
is that just in the suites or is this the whole Knickerbocker?
I'm assuming it's the whole hotel.
Okay.
So like we used to love that because when me and the slave would travel, because the slave traveled with his own toolkit. He had the shower shot and a wrench and everything to take everything apart. But that was perfect because it would always be like the hose. All you got to do was unscrew the handheld attachment, screw on your hose attachment, and there you go. You are set to go. So the Knickerbocker saw us coming.
Well, listen, Knickerbocker, you all will see us coming. You'll hear us coming, and you'll be cleaning up after we came.
Exactly. So we are here at a special time. One, mainly because I needed to get this new style, this new cut, this new color. And my appointment is normally on Thursday. And I needed to get it done. So the only time it could fit me in. So of course I walk in.
Child, listen, we've already had this conversation with y'all about the barber and some of the customers, but okay.
Bebe was there.
Bebe and her
with her 5,000 rowdy ass. She has 3 kids.
She has 3 kids, but the one feels like 4 kids. Right. He is so active.
It's so much going on. And here's the thing, right? I'm not one of those people who always expects a child to sit and be. I mean, I don't believe that whole children should be seen and not heard. I feel like there is space for children to be children. But girl, when you are out in public, you just can't be running all over them, especially not in the barbershop, because I swear for Creflo, if the barber had been cutting me, with the razor and trimming me up, and that little bitch had bumped into him and cut me,
we are going to thank our lucky stars, heavens, moons, and everything else.
Right.
That didn't happen.
And anyway, so it was a lot going on there, and plus I got to get the color and everything, so it was a lot. But he did a really good job. It really does. It really does look like I'm in my 30s again. I still remember. Fuck you, bitch. I hate you so much. See when you're evil.
Okay.
But I remember very, very, very vividly as I was moving through my 30s, and whenever I would go out, there was a mirror right in the little half bath, right as I was getting ready to walk out. So, and I kept a little pair of tweezers there, and right before I would go, I would pluck out the little gray chin hairs. And so, that was just like a routine for like a couple of years. And then one day I started plucking, and like 15 minutes went by, and I was like, bitch, there are more gray hairs here than I can pluck out in the next few minutes before I need to leave.
This whole area is just open.
Just denuded, because if you take out the gray hair, there's no fucking hairs left. And so I remember that clearly. That was like, well,
this is where we are.
Here we are. And then, so over time, all of this just turned white. And, and I enjoy the color, but I don't want to become so wedded to it that when the color goes, goes back to because I'm not. I mean, you see the same with my nails. So I got the nails done too. I'll get closer to that.
But the maintenance is the part that
I'm not going to. As soon as you start to see a little bit of grams, like I got to go back to do it. Girl, when this goes back gray, it's going to stay gray. Probably until we get ready to go to Fort Lauderdale, and then I'll get it colored again, and then that would be leading into black, to MAL. So I'll probably get a color for MAL. But then once that MAL color wears out, girl, that shit is going to be gone at least until my birthday.
The coloring. So the problem with that is, like, every day it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And the more you shower, it gets wet, it just starts coming out, and your hair's growing. So then you get
then you can start to
Jonah
see
Jameson look.
Right. You can start to see the gray and like the tips.
On the tips of it. So it's like, if it's the hair, you start to get, like I said, it gets gray down here and everything else gets black. And you looking like, Spider-Man, like the J. Jonah Jameson. I remember doing that as well. Especially, listen, back in the 2000s, and I was using the Beijing number 59. It stank like shit, but it did what it's supposed to do.
That's what the barber used.
Beijing. It's a henna. It's a henna.
And then he was like, "What's wrong with you? Your face is all messed up." I was like, this shit is stinging my eyes.
Yeah, it's strong.
And my eyes, I looked at myself in my phone's camera, my eyes was all red. And then when he was washing the shit out, something got in my nose, and I was like, ah!
I think I did more damage to my scalp than anything else when I was using that shit anyway. Because especially I was doing it, I would go get my hair cut, and then I would come home and dye it. Because a friend of mine said to me, what it doesn't make any sense for you to go dye your hair and then to cut the product out. She was like, just she's like, get your hair cut and then put the product in afterwards. She's like, you don't want to waste product.
That's what the barber did. He did a little bit of a trim. Then we put the Beijing in. But this isn't the Beijing, because I was like, I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin between it when I tell you this. If you put this Beijing on my skin and I have this fucking artificial line on my face, I am going to murder you.
You don't. But here's the thing.
No, I know. I'm fine with the color, even if it's on the skin underneath the beard. But what I don't want is a line of color that extends all the way up
like
here.
Your beard is up here, and then it's like it's
exactly.
It's black,
like
and shiny black.
Remember the black guy, the pastor that was like, I am an exceptional man. I have had my looks assessed. And he got a beard line that's all the way up here.
Yeah, black and shiny black.
Yep, I was like, no, I don't want that. I want it to look as natural as possible.
Absolutely. But listen, he's good. But now with Bebe and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The little girl, I feel the worst for. Because I feel like they were the second one, who is the spawn of Satan. That one is the one that was. So remember I told you the last time I was in there, they were watching the phone, and so the second oldest boy, we just gonna call him A, B, and C. B was holding the phone, and C, the little girl, she was like trying to look at it. So she's sitting there, and he's doing like this. So he's supposed to be tilted this way, looking at her, and then he's doing like this. So then she starts leaning forward, like leaning over. And I was like, I'm sitting in the chair like, do you not see this, Mom? Like, are you going to say something? And at some point, he was all the way like this. And the little girl was like, I was like, are you going to say something? But I was like, okay, right, never mind. That's not my baby. It's not my ministry. I'm going to leave that alone. But yes, that little young. And he wound up stretching out on the couch. No. A, the oldest one, wound up stretching out on the couch with his shoes off.
They'd be like this.
Yeah, like shoes all the way out, and socks off, just chilling.
And I was like, nigga, it is other people that want to be in the barber shop.
He laid up. The next thing was, I was waiting for him to stick his hand down his pants. I was like, nigga, you could have got a little bit too comfortable.
Right. But
hey,
sit your ass.
Listen.
And yeah.
Listen.
And so what I was really pissed off was that.
Did she get her hair shaped up again?
She got her hair shaped up, and then one of the kids got their hair done. But it was fine, because since I had an appointment, he finished up with this woman that got a little bumper curl.
Okay. And
then he was like, hey, you're in the chair. And so they waited until after I had got the shape up and had the color.
Baby,
because it was like a 20 whatever. So it was fun.
Yeah, don't make me cuss you out. Because listen, I love my barber, but Fred, don't make me cuss you out. Because I've had these moments with him where I'm like, the fuck? Just get my shit straight, nigga. You're like, what are we doing? Like, and I try not to. You're doing a service for me. It is, and it's fucking.
I'm telling you. So here's what I was talking to.
Are we gonna? I mean,
it's empty.
Where's Consuela?
It takes so that's the one thing. It takes an hour to make but the thing is, I made that when I left the house at 5:15. And when it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to make, and then it'll just keep cold for up to 12 hours. So that's why I was like, it'll be good and ready when I get back. But I only made enough because it'll be gone. But here's a good thing. There's really no such thing as making.
It was actually going to go to waste?
No. For one. And two, there's no such thing as too much, because just empty the shit, put it in the refrigerator, and you got cold liquid, and you pour some more back into it, you're ready for it again.
In any event.
Anyway, so welcome to a very special edition of the BGKH Show, live from the Gay Boy Mansion, Studio X.
Studio X, yes.
And we are here specifically to talk about Blackout. Now,
yes.
Epic, what is Blackout?
Blackout is, this at Blackout specifically is the 30th anniversary of the organization Onyx, which is the leather fraternity. Well, I should say leather fraternity, leather organization or leather club that we are members of, and he happens to be a founder of this particular chapter, and also the current president.
The Mid-Atlantic
chapter. He's also the current president. I'm the current vice president, but he's also the Onyx National Council.
Not only am I the hair club president,
but I'm
also a member.
He's a member too. This is, so honestly speaking, in layman's terms, for a lot of people that may not necessarily know. But it's more like a family reunion as far as I'm concerned, because everybody comes from all over all the chapters across the country, as well as internationally, because we do have some.
But hold on, you are a part of the Telegram group, and that Telegram group.
Listen, we're gonna come back to that.
Shenanigan me,
but which is fine.
It's fine, but here's my thing.
Which is fine.
This is my
70th.
Carry the 1.
70th.
7, 8, 9. I skipped 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22. This is my 14th blackout. So the girls, whether it's on Facebook or whatever, the girls talk a lot of shit.
Bitch,
yes.
This is your 14th. 14. 14, 10 and 4 blackout.
Yeah. Oh, bitch. I've been around since 2007.
Jesus Christ. Christ. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
But the girls talk a lot of shit in whatever thing that they do. And you know, maybe you saw what I posted in the after hours chat.
Which one? Because there was somebody posted something about, yeah, basically like when we get in public or when we get around each other, like I hope it's not just talk or something. Somebody said something to that effect of like,
it was me.
Okay.
It's like, girl, I can back up with evidence of all of the shit that I'm into and can do. I will tell you that having been to 14 blackouts, you know, the kids talk a lot of yang. So the last one, so I remember when we were in, when we used to play shoot 'em up, yeah, bang, bang, baby.
That lavender is already kicked in for you. It's on.
Sure, it's the lavender.
It's already
but no, when we were in New Orleans.
Okay.
Speaking of cocktails,
because that was an excellent cocktail location.
Yes.
Let me be clear. What was it? Wet
Willie's.
No, not Wet Willie's.
It was Wet Willie's.
It wasn't Wet Willie's. It was Willie's. Wet Willie's is down in Miami. That was just Willie's.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But they sold daiquiris and chicken.
Yes.
Baby. Anyway, so here we are. We are on a bus. We were doing a bus crawl around New Orleans, wherever the fuck we were going, on our way to the play party. And so we got strippers. So I remember, first of all, Daddy Rod was like, Dominion, you want to be on this bus? I was like, why this bus? This is the bus that Excel is on.
Baby.
Perfect. And so it was Excel, Mustang, and somebody else. I don't know. I don't care. I was on the bus. I was on the bus with Excel. I was where I needed to be.
I need you all to understand that while we're sitting in the back of the bus, like we're sitting right now. I'm sorry, where are they sitting in the back of the bus? Once the message was conveyed that Excel was on this particular bus, we had a walking stereo sound behind us because in slow motion, as he stepped onto the bus and saw Excel, it was like you heard the music.
When I first saw you, I said, oh my. And then he immediately was like, Dominion, will you hold my money?
And bitch, listen, Dominion could have been holding $5,000 in his hand right now. And he said, "Could you hold my money?" Dominion said,
right. You could have been like, bitch, I am dying. Like, what do you need, baby? What can I do for you?
Wait. And then on top of everything else, listen, no shaming either way. But on top of everything else, somebody demonstrated a skill.
No. We're about to get to that. So,
okay.
So
all right.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Okay.
So we are on this bus, right? With a stripper, and the thing about Onyx is that, well, at least when I was more directly involved in, when we had Blackout, when I hired strippers who also did porn. Because then they're not going to be offended when you like, so the kids might get a little handsy. And, you know, if you can make a little extra coin or whatever, you know, the more the merrier. Because like when we had Blackout in 2010, we had this stripper whose name I can't remember. This porn star whose name I can't remember now because, you know, porn stars.
But let me be clear. There's one that we will, if I have anything to do, will never come back. Never.
Who?
I didn't like, he was nasty. I didn't like his attitude and as much of beautiful pictures that he makes and the way he does some of the things to the kids and the kids do things to him.
You'll tell me his name later.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
You'll know exactly who I am.
But anyway, so having strippers that also do porn are adult performers because I'm not saying this as a negative. I'm just saying that they won't be offended by the level of interest or whatever. Because I remember when we went to the Hangar in New York, right? There was this cute. I remember if he was Dominican and Puerto Rican, but he was cute, light-skinned Latino.
That's where they would dance to the pool table
on the pool table. And so I was like, hey, I would love for you to come be a dancer. This was in like 2013. I was like, I would love for you to come be a dancer at Blackout. He was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I was like, so let's get down to brass tacks because I don't want you to get there. I don't want you to have a bad experience. I don't want you to be
just
upset. Just so you know, This is what happened when we was at Blackout in 2010. We had this dancer. He came. He pulled his dick out. He went down the road. People were sucking his dick. He bent over. Now, no one actually fucked the dancer, but
on the bus.
I don't know what happened later, but lots of people sucked his dick, ate his ass and whatnot. And he was like, "Oh, baby."
Which one was this? Was this one?
No, this was somebody at the club.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I don't do that." Well, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I'm not going to judge the fact, but he certainly was not down.
Okay. Well,
for
all right.
all of that.
So we just moved that person out the way.
But XL was down,
and he's
for that.
He's just a sweetie. He's a sweetie.
He's a great person.
He's a cute man. He's adorable. He's pleasant. He's
who
sweet.
Will gut you like a fish.
And I've seen him gut it too.
And get gutted. And so anyway, here I am on the bus. This at the time was like my 10th blackout.
Okay.
And so I know what the thing, baby, I was pick of the run my first year in Onyx. I was pick of the run one day after I joined Onyx.
Classic example of an overachiever. I just want y'all to know that.
So I was like, listen, I am never going to have this opportunity to get close and personal with XL. So I was like, well,
baby, color me motherfucking blue. As I'm sitting here on the bus, I was like, bitch, let me get my glasses.
It's like, bitch, how much have I been drinking?
Is this bitch?
Yes, that was
Did this bitch just unhinge his jaw?
In the back of the bus.
Unhinged his jaw.
I did not. I'm not licking the tip. I was like, all the way down to the base.
And bitch, all I could do was stand back like, that's my bestie! That's my bestie!
So, because here's the thing. Y'all all know I got a lazy jaw, but the jaw it's not that the jaw is broken. That's
Baby.
One. And two, I know that if you got his dick all the way down your throat, his hole is right there. And baby, I was all the way down to the base of this. I was like, ugh! I got 3 fingers inside of him.
I mean,
while I was sucking him off.
What did you think was going to? First of all, you've seen his whole clap on, clap off, clap on. Like
all of that is to say that when the girl, I'm curious to see if the girls talk shit, because we have a stripper that. Now, I wasn't the only one that sucked him off. I wasn't the only one who had my fingers in his butt, because I wasn't trying to be like, this is my man. I was like, he is my man. He is my man.
Bitch, you have cut. We were literally trying to find the bus because you were looking for it. It was like, bitch, let him find his husband. Let him find his man. Let's get him onto the bus.
My point is, while there was a stripper on our bus who was letting the girls suck him off, letting the girls finger him, and there were some people in the back sort of enjoying whatever. The other girls are on their phones on Grindr as we are driving on a bus through the city, and I was like, girl, there is dick and ass.
I do remember that
right here in front of you. So a lot of girls talk shit, and then when we got to the fucking play party, my little brother, my mentor, my mentee, K9, now baby. Wolf Thor,
baby,
was like, he was like, because the thing about K9 is that he's a military man. Right?
Oh God!
So he is very attuned to structure and asking for permission. So he was like, Dominion, is it okay if I was like, baby, this was before he was even part of the Mac Pack. But I was like, girl, you can go do whatever you want. He was like, okay, so I'm gonna go. Baby, I'm going to go let this guy fuck me. And then I looked over, and then all I see is like arms and legs, and there's like people around him, and he got fucked by 13 guys that night.
Baby, all I know is, listen, K9 is not a tall person. So at the time.
Exactly. And that was the night The lights went out in Georgia or New Orleans.
Right.
Yes.
But K9 is not a tall person. He's a small, compact person. Mm-hmm. And baby, these
5'3" and a quarter.
These little itty bitty feet right here. Baby, when I looked over
his legs was up, and baby, them girls was
all
taking
I saw.
A turn.
Listen, them little legs was on the ground like this because he's on his knees. I saw them knees going like this.
Mm-hmm.
All night. I said, well,
and then all I did, because he.
Listen,
he was always like athletic, but
absolutely.
He used to be slim and athletic, not the big buff.
Oh no, he's
he is now. So I only looked over to make sure
he was all right.
That he wasn't being taken advantage of. Right. Yeah. And the smile that
Billy.
The smile that was plastered across his face. I was like, okay, he's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. So, baby, so I am looking forward to
not penis and asses.
Exactly. Yeah. I am looking forward to seeing the girls live up to all of the shit that they have talked in this Telegram group.
Yeah, it's been interesting. And I'm watching some of the pictures and I was just like, okay, all right, cool. But then the thing that gets me is it's the non-Telegram messages, the ones that you get afterwards. I'm like, who is this? Oh, hey.
Oh, I've been hitting the ones that I plan to make special time for. I've already been hitting on the side and filling up my dance card.
Well, I have felt like for several years that I never necessarily let go only because it was always the title. Mm-hmm. Baby, I'm going in undercover and coming out undercover, and we'll talk about it afterwards. That's all I got to say for myself.
Right.
Because I plan on carrying. Absolutely, I plan on carrying on. But we'll figure the rest of that stuff out. I'll just figure out how it might be a good old voyeurism session or whatever. But whatever.
Right.
But I'm gonna have
and that's my thing. Listen, I don't get into girls' business, but when kids be like, I just like to, I'm a voyeur. I like to watch. I was like. So like when I had posted my pictures, so several people was like, I like to watch. I was like, so here's the thing.
You can watch, but you're going to participate at some point. You're going to participate.
You can take a turn and chill.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you're going to participate.
You can't just be a fly on the wall if you were in the room with me.
No, you're going to
because I don't need that. I mean, I want us to all be a part of it.
You're
so, I want you to do something.
Yeah, it's going to be a participation.
Yeah, so.
Hey, Hypnos.
Exactly, Hypnos. There is a lot of talk
it is
in that Telegram.
But hey, listen, we'll figure it out.
And Tyra, I am unpleased the hoes gathered at the mansion. So we're talking specifically about Blackout, but there will be an opportunity for the fans to gather with us.
And Tyra actually at this point, ever since we started, has held the title of one of the only people that has sat in the studio with us live and was one of the first people. So, girl, we ain't forgetting about you. Girl, come on now.
Grace, that bus trip was a lot of fun. And, Excel was equal opportunity. So I'm sure he would have let you touch his penis.
It was a fun bus trip. It was short though, but it was fun. But actually the play party where it was held at, I liked the location. That was cute.
So I am 100%, 1000% looking forward to Blackout. So let's go over the schedule real quick and talk about what it's going to give.
Now we're arriving at different times. I'm not going in until Friday. So, but he's getting an early start.
Right.
But we have the schedule and stuff that's listed up here. So we see that on Friday.
Hold on, let me see if I can trying to see how big I can make this. Nope, that's not it. Don't want that. Don't want that.
Well, I mean, we can still talk about it. I mean, that's fine.
We'll just do it at full screen. There we go.
Okay. So, yeah. So
one thing I want to note is that our mission at Onyx, our motto is educate, explore, and empower. So it is and we are a leather organization. So it's important that we support the leather community. So
absolutely.
If you are a member of Onyx, either as a brother or an associate, make sure you take some time to go to the leather archives and museums. In fact, on Thursday night, there is our friend Kamal. the one, the fister, brown skin, dark brown skin, really muscular.
I feel like
he's also very into leather history and kink, and so
I feel like I know
got this whole project where he has been looking at the AIDS quilt for evidence of kinky people on it. So he has a thing where you can he's put together this thing called leather and kink symbolism in the AIDS memorial quilt. So like he put up a couple of things, like there was don't give me the line about the name of the group, but there was some person who belonged to some like fisters group in Alabama. And on his panel in the AIDS quilt, it references the name of that group. So this is, you know, this exhibit is specifically about honoring kinky people through through their appearance on the AIDS quilt. And then also we're going to karaoke. So are we ready with our traditional? When do you arrive?
I arrive Friday at
12 shit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get there tomorrow. I get there Friday.
Well, somebody needs to be my Tina.
Well,
to my Ike and Tina.
Isn't one of the other girls? Isn't Camille supposed to be there?
I think Camille, a Special K is supposed to be there, and Elimination is going to be. We'll make it happen.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we'll make it happen.
And I'm sorry. Shout out to. Please be on the lookout for the Christmas. Version.
Yes. So I've already gotten commitments from Blade.
Okay.
And Elimination.
Okay. All right.
And the two of us, and we're going to recruit best friend.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing at least It's All Over.
It's All Over, and then going into
right. And you know, I am changing, and then we got to do the finale. So yeah, we're going. It's going to be. We're going to have a good time.
Okay.
And then so on Friday, I'm not running through this whole schedule. Y'all can find that shit, you know, whatever. Because this is, remember, Blackout 30 for the Blackout Virgin. So I'm going to, you know, tips and tricks, how to have fun, how to maximize it. So I will tell you that one of the important things to do is to attend the education sessions. Now, all of the education. Oh, wrong. Oh, that went the wrong way.
Hey, Sammy.
So this is the schedule. Let me see if I can make this.
The classes look really interesting, though. I was looking at them and I was like, okay. And the one thing I'm definitely proud of with any of the beyond the fact that we are having this blackout, and beyond the fact that it is the education part of it, it's some of the people that are actually presenting. So there's a lot of people that are presenting that came, like I remember when they came into the organization or they're finally doing stuff.
Yes.
So it's like I remember them doing a lot of stuff. So I'm happy to see other names. Like we mentioned A9.
Exactly. Make sure that you take the time to go to these classes, right? You know, first of all, shout out to the Blackout Planning Committee. Having put on 2 blackouts, I put on Blackout in 2010 with only 3 years. This chapter was initiated in 2007, and in 2010 we hosted our first blackout in Fort Lauderdale. They should have let you know, baby. I fell in love with Fort Lauderdale then, and then we hosted this chapter hosted blackout here in DC in 2014. So having hosted 2 blackout, I know that is a lot of work, and these educational classes, you know, things that I am super interested in. I'm interested in. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to say what I am going to say. I'm going to mention 2 of these things on Friday: the domino effect with Vive and the healthy sexual, owning your sexual health with Gilead. So both Vive and Gilead have PrEP and injectable PrEP options. I'm actually on Apretude. Remember, y'all, you all remember the study that I've talked to you about ad nauseum. The Apretude is a Vive product, and Gilead, Yes2Go is the name of the Gilead product. So the Vive product is an every 2-month shot. That's what I'm on now.
Okay.
The Yes2Go is every 6-month injectable for Gilead, and
I don't think I've heard of Yes2Go.
That's why they're having this
involved.
And so you'll be seeing both of them step their game up over the next couple of years as we're a prime target of sexually active, queer people. I'm trying to not just say gay
and just
but queer people. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested in all of these. And what I always hate about these education things is that they're always stacked up against one another. And so there's something that I want. I would like to see every one of these classes,
but you can't because there's 4 different classes at every slot. So it's like you got to choose one, and you try to go through a couple of them, but And I don't even get in here until the only slot that I have available that I can do on Friday would be the 4 to 5. And so it's like, what?
And I will say I will try to at least peek my head into the women's affinity group and fireside chat, because for me personally, as the chair of the Onyx National Council, it's important to make sure that we support the women and women identified people in our lives. And by support, I do not mean like they need our quote unquote protection, but they need us to stand beside them,
absolutely.
In this struggle. And then on Saturday, there's a very special class from 10 to 11:15 called The Art of Putting Stuff Up Your Butt.
And so guess who that's going to be hosted by?
Okay. And I'm hoping the cameraman will be on time and recording the whole thing.
So we can have a conversation about the camera and what you actually want, because again, now, but here's the thing. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Go ahead and say this out for everybody. Listen, I know that was your man.
It's at 10 o'clock.
I'm just saying, I know that was your man and everything, but the last time I did it, bitch, it was a hot little session, and I was kind of zooming in. I was just like, bitch, what?
Right, I need you to be the camera person.
Girl, listen,
not the voyeur.
Bitch, I was zooming in. I said, oh, look at it. It's waving at you. It's winking at you. And I was like, well, look at it. It blew a kiss.
Exactly.
But okay. Okay.
So, so there's a lot of classes, and I will encourage us to go to as many classes. So, you're in Chicago. You could go and fuck around in Chicago and whatnot. But you're here for Blackout. Absolutely. The committee has put together these things for us to do. And there will be, plenty of fuck around time.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, let me go back. Let's go back to the schedule. I think that is this way. That's Saturday. So that's Friday. So zoom in. So on Friday, we've got Onyx U. There's some affinity groups. We're going to find some cute places to go to dinner. I'll put that on my list. But the thing that we need to be back for, everybody needs to be back by 7:30 for the opening ceremonies and pep rally. Remember, the theme of this homecoming, of this Blackout, is homecoming.
Right.
So they're trying to build that as a theme. So Bristol will be giving the speech 1 of 2, and it's supposed to be rah-rah and yada yada yada. And then so we're going to have time to party and bullshit and hang out.
Like how are you not gonna get a bunch of people together that you like and not have some party and bullshit?
Right.
Like, that's not gonna happen. No, that's not happening. That's absolutely gonna happen.
But I will tell you,
rally, I will. But I was chatting with Major Minor about that as well. So we were talking about that too. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I will tell you that when we get ready to go out, right, I'm not doing like 50 people to an Uber. I'm not catching nobody's bus. I'm not catching nobody's subway. So, but I just need y'all to understand, because everybody don't know me like that.
Listen.
So I'm just letting you know. Why? That's not how I roll. Not you per se.
I was like, this what?
Not you.
Listen, because I don't like a whole lot of confusion.
No.
I don't like a whole lot of drama. I don't like a whole lot of indecisiveness about the trip. Listen, I need people to understand that people have spent their hard-earned dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And when people go out of town, they don't want to be bothered with bullshit. This is a pause in their life.
Exactly.
They want to do whatever the fuck they want to do, when I'm ready to go,
I'm leaving.
I'm not waiting. Listen,
so we
vibe a lot of times.
The ones that we rolled in there with, I'm like, hey, Epic, I'm leaving.
I'm at the door.
So if you're ready to go with me, cool.
But if not, we already know how we get back.
So don't be mad,
because we all have our phones. We all have our Uber.
If your coins ain't the same way as mine, and you was depending on us splitting this Uber 27 ways, then you need to be
You need
where
to
I
figure that
am
out, right?
when I'm ready to go.
You need to figure that out. Yeah.
You know, and when we go out to eat, I'm not eating in nobody's McDonald's this whole weekend.
Well, listen, that is a choice. And when I say that, meaning I say it's a choice, meaning that, bitch, sometimes I just have a motherfucking taste for a motherfucking Raising Cane or something like that. I don't have to do Love Mikado every trip.
No. But I'm just saying. At Cartam for going on 4 years now, baby, if I never have another bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit in my life, it will be too soon. Because sometimes if you got to catch that 5:30 a.m. train, that's the only thing that is open. And I'll be like, fuck, I gotta eat sausage. Yes, but that only make it a slight bit better. But you know, still,
as long and listen, and in the morning, baby, which I look for, but I can definitely find as long as there's a Dunkin' around, bitch, I'm good. I don't give a fuck.
Dunkin', the motherfucking brown sugar shaken espresso.
See, I'm gonna have to. Okay,
so good. Now it is so good too. If you said to me, like, if someone came to me and was like, you know, the secret is we put a little crack in it, I'd have been like, see, I knew it had to be something because this ain't supposed to be this good.
But can I get the extra large now?
Yeah,
that's what you. But see, okay,
yeah, that shit is good as shit to me.
I have been a decaf coffee drinker for years.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do the double shot of cafe. I mean, a cafe mocha with a double shot of espresso, at least 2 a day, and I would be up and amped. The problem is, once I crashed, baby, I was crashing. Mm-hmm. I was like, I felt like the walls were crying. So I don't do espresso and I don't do like regular caffeinated coffee. However, I do appreciate the taste of it because the idea of it looks amazing. And I actually have looked at it and I'm like, well, baby, I could just get a small one and then I can figure out what I'm going to do. But no. Right. But as long as I can get my coffee and my refresher, I don't give a fuck what goes on. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't really give a fuck. But we're gonna figure that out when we get there. So, right. And listen, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whoever, bitch, I am that person. I don't give a fuck. I will stand outside wait for my shit to come through. Yes, this is me. I put the order in. Yep, number 15221. Yes, that's me. Yep. But I get it. But I also understand that people go on vacation for different reasons and people want to experience different things, which is what you just said. You're not going to go fast food. And my thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. I want to be clear. This doesn't mean that I am. Oh, good. I can still bring it back. It doesn't mean that I only want to go to Love Mikado's.
Right. No,
because I do. There's apparently a spot where you can get like this. It's a bowl full of pizza toppings covered by a crust. So basically, inside of a pizza crust, they put all of this cheese and all of the topping, and then they flip that in the bowl, and then they cook it, and then they serve it out into the bowl. It's called, I don't know what. Don't give me the. I got it saved in my TikTok or my Facebooks or whatever. Or so yeah, so I'm not suggesting that we got to go to $5,000 a plate restaurants, but I'm not going to Chicago to eat any place that I can eat in DC.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I do. Yeah, I do. The difference between you and I is I will probably have the munchies for a very long time. So I'm just going to for me. But I mean, we can find munchies. We can be like 24-hour diner. But you know, I have some strict guidelines. All I need is some crunchy.
I just
need a crunchy. I just need a crunchy. Because usually when I get my little moments, I just want a crunchy. So if long as I have some
on the table
corn chips or nachos or something crunchy like cashews or something like that, like I am good, baby. Listen, I am the happy high person that's having. Listen, I just want to crunch and I'm good. And I will sit my ass down. A kettle chip or something, I'm good. That's me. I'm a lazy like I want to enjoy all of my bites.
So there was this was before Bill passed.
Bill.
And there was some diner that we went to where they had homemade cinnamon rolls. I feel like it was called Al's.
Was that the place that you, me, and Sater went to, or was that the place we went to before we left? No, wait, I'm in wrong city. That was Cleveland. That was not Chicago. You and I haven't been in Chicago together at the same time.
No. Mm-mm.
So no, I would.
But there's a place that has these big ass cinnamon rolls that were delicious. So I'm about to ask Mufasa where that was, and me, him, and Bill went.
Oh, that's right. Grace and I did. We did a weekend in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
It was like a random, like we decided we wanted to go, but I had the best fucking pizza.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna have some pizza.
Yeah,
but again,
but no,
when we say pizza, I ain't trying to have nobody's Domino's pizza.
That's what I'm saying. And it was
Papa John's.
It was a local place that it was a pie, and it was like that fucking thick. And I was like,
that was an experience.
A
crust filled 2.5 inches deep with meat and sauce and cheese.
Yes, and I did have to leave Grace in the hotel one night.
Shocker. Because you're a whore. And so,
wait, Hypno says Sathers. Is that the name of it?
And Sathers, that was it.
Yes. And Sathers. Okay. Listen, come on, Hypnos.
Listen, I'm not trying to call Hypnos a fat ass, but this is the Bristolhood of the traveling fat bitches right here. Hypnos, if you want to be an honorary member of the traveling fat bitches, we're gonna find our way to Ann Sathers for these fucking cinnamon rolls.
So let me just go ahead and clear this credit card off. I just want to make sure because I'm gonna go ahead and fuck this thing up.
Yeah, so we're gonna either go there maybe Saturday sometime or Sunday. Now for brunch, I want to go someplace brunchy where I can get mimosas and shit. We'll find a place downtown.
Okay,
that's not a problem.
Cool that.
That's not a problem.
But wait. Mm-hmm. Listen, we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Queens. What time of the morning are we talking about here?
Well, it depends on the schedule. So let's go back to the schedule and see what the schedule's getting.
All right.
So first of all, you aren't even going to. So I'm not going. Yeah. So we're not going to have. We will not have a repeat of the Daiquiri Factory. So we will not go to Ann Sathers before you arrive. I promise.
Please. Okay. All right. Okay.
So I'm thinking that might be where we go. Where's my?
Oh yeah, that's right. Grace and I, we went to Boys Town. We went shopping. We were in the motherfucking thrift stores. Yes, Grace, I forgot about that. I found that badass paisley blazer that I had. Yes, I remember that now. Okay.
So we could possibly go for lunch on Saturday. Because I don't want to. I gotta give.
Listen,
I got a show to give.
No, and I'm fine with that. Saturday afternoon. Morning, afternoon stuff is great. Because if I decide that I'm gonna go ahead on and spread these rivers, baby, I'm gonna need everything to be taken care of by 1:00.
Yes,
me. That's what I got going.
And then so there's more education classes, and then the annual general gala, at which they're gonna feed us, and then we're gonna have a house party. I have a fan for you, which is great. You can take it with you.
Okay,
not that one. That one belongs to Ali.
Lopez?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I was gonna bring it, but because she clacks. It's so good.
Did he give it to you at the?
He did not give.
Okay.
He loaned it to me.
I think I remember him saying.
He specifically was like, "This is a loan."
I remember him saying that when we started the parade. I do remember.
And the thing was that after the end of the parade, everybody was over it, so we went all our separate ways. So I didn't get a chance to give it back to him. And then the only other time I've seen him in person was weekend before last at Miss Adams Morgan.
Yes.
And I didn't know he was going to be there, or else I would have given it to him. So I'm not going to travel around with it because in case something happens to it, that I know the company, so I'm probably going to order because that is grab that one. Can you grab it? No, don't worry about it. It's a leather pride flag, but I have a bunch of really good
they're good.
From Gilead, because Gilead had a bunch of like real,
but this one is a real one because it has the wooden.
The one from Gilead have the wooden in them too.
Okay,
so these are good things. Right. And I got some tambourines. So here's the thing: when we went to well,
wait a minute, come on, let's go through this because we got just no, but they're not saying us. That's what I'm saying. They're just saying that. They're just
no, they are seeing it.
I know they're okay. All right, I'm sorry.
They're seeing us in the corner. All right, so that's that. And then so the house party's on Saturday, and then I don't think there's anything actually going on Sunday. Sunday is us just chilling.
Sunday is recovery day for a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, so Sunday is brunch on our own. There is a really cool documentary screening, Boys. I've already seen Boys. I saw that. Remember, we interviewed Donald.
Yeah, I was going to say, we interviewed him. Okay.
Yeah, so I saw his documentary last Folsom. So Folsom in September 2024.
Okay.
When I was there in San Francisco.
Okay.
And then there's a play party Saturday night. And then my flight is bright and early.
Monday morning
at 6:50 in the morning.
Bitch, that is.
I did not necessarily want to take that flight, but the options were to take that flight or
to
later flight,
12 o'clock at night or some shit.
Exactly.
You know,
like right. So you could take that flight or the one that came back and got you back like Tuesday morning. Or any of the other flights were like $150, $200 more. So I was like, well, girl, I'll just do that. And I'm off on Monday. So because I'm off then. So that's fine. I just get here. My flight lands at 8 o'clock. I will come home.
Listen.
And relax. I will make myself another frozen beverage.
Yeah, I don't think Grace knew that I'm going to be off on Monday, but I'll be off on Monday. And I very might not be in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But
so the tambourines, when I was one of the last times I was in Fort Lauderdale, they were having like a dance party and they had these like little mini tambourines.
Either the finger ones or the hand ones, the
little hand ones, but it fits in your hand.
Put your hand
inside of it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Elimination were there at the dance, and I just kept the ones that I had.
Okay.
So they were giving them away, so it wasn't like I was sitting. They're like a tea dance or something.
Okay. Cool.
So anyway, so Blackout. So what you need to know. So that's the schedule. We've gone over the schedule.
What do you need to know? What you need to know is you will be amongst a group of people.
Yes.
For 3 or 4 days, depending on when you come in straight, that anything that you want to have happen,
right,
or get involved in, or want to learn about, probably about 95% of 95% certain you can find that particular weekend.
Right.
And I also want people to understand that you can be your absolute most authentic self and no one is going to judge you.
And this is an opportunity for you to come all the way out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
My very first Blackout, I won because I was like, well, Mufasa had said, this is an opportunity for you to come out of your comfort zone and do whatever. So I found myself willingly, anybody forced me, but I was ass up in a sling getting explored.
And then you said that
we got raided.
You did your Dominic Dawes dismount.
Yes, because we got raided. So here I am, eyes roll back. Because, listen, one of the things I'm going to say, the art of putting stuff up your butt, everybody got a butthole.
Everybody. Mm-hmm.
And, I just don't generally like other people putting things in it because they rhythm be off or, they hit that spot, but then they start saying something crazy or doing something crazy. So I'm in my comfort zone. So, but I was having fun at the play party at my first Blackout. Mm-hmm. We had just gotten initiated that morning. And here I am in the sling. So everybody's like, is that Brian? Because, Dominion wasn't created for another 5 years. So, yep, that's me. I'm having a good time. And then I hear, this is a raid. And I'm like, a raid? Oh, bitch, what you will not do is if we're getting raided, you will not take my ass to jail, butt ass naked with dildos shoved up inside of me.
Listen,
so I rocked forward.
We need to make sure that you know what the plan is, so if, in case something like that happens, where we will meet each other.
Of course,
so that part.
You said this is a raid, and I was like, as soon as they say this is a raid, your eyes pop open, and I see flashlights and shit, in the spot, and so I rocked forward, I rocked back. I rocked forward and out of the sling and into my clothes in 3 seconds. Because I was like, girl, you're not going to take me to jail in a sheet or some foolishness like that. And, for a while, my nickname was Nadia Comaneci.
his dominate. I'm sorry.
What I forgot to say was that while I was in the sling, across the way in the room, Daddy Richard was fisting somebody. And when they said this is a raid, apparently I said, "Floop," and the toy shot out and almost brained Daddy Richard.
Jesus Christ.
It flew like 10, 15 feet across the room.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why I got Pig of the Run.
And here we are. Okay, well, so look forward to a couple of stories.
Hey, Matthew, thank you for joining us.
A couple of stories. Hey, boo.
And so that's the thing, right? You know, okay, so maybe you're a dom top and you don't want I'm not suggesting that you have to go and do something like that. But this is an opportunity. You are in a safe space with other people who are kinky. So if there are things that you wanted to try, it's like, you know what?
Now's the time.
I've always liked to try. I've always wanted to do water sports. Well, now you don't have to try it with some random in your location, city, wherever the fuck you live. You're going to be doing it with a bunch of people who, at least presumably, know a little bit about it. So if this is your first time you want to get fisted or you want to fist someone, because, you know, Aztec Daddy has been very, you know, giving of himself, or intends to be very giving of himself this weekend. So it's an opportunity for you to lean into those things. And I don't want to say live a fantasy, because that's muggle shit. You get an opportunity to explore something that is already inside of you, but you haven't had a chance to
let it out,
to live. Because a fantasy is like, oh, you know, I want to wear a maid's outfit and do it once. No, you are taking an opportunity to live a part of your journey out loud in a way that you might not normally be able to,
and have support, be encouraged, and also be loved while you're doing it,
right?
Which is really it may sound like it doesn't necessarily fit, but it really does,
right?
But yes, and if you've never been to an Onyx event, if you've never been to any of the leather events where there's a large population of people and they're here for this, and everybody's kinky and everybody's is here for living out and practicing their fetishes, and it's a definite feeling that you have, and that's something I want to make sure that people understand, that this is definitely a safe space inside of there. Yes. Now, let me also be clear that people are people. There's going to be some bullshit here and there every now and then, you know, just because people are people. But for the most part, it's absolutely 90-95%.
And amazing. The next thing is, as much as it is a place for that sort of sexual and kink exploration, it's also family space.
That part too.
And so I don't want you to get so caught up. That picture that we saw very briefly was Sydney Garth, my gay mama. And he took me to my first out-of-town gay event, Pride in Atlanta in 1999. And I spent
that was your first event, 1999?
Yes, girl. I lived from 1989 to 1997. I lived in Tallahassee, Florida. There wasn't no fucking Pride in Tallahassee, Florida.
1999, baby. I was already in the VIP line.
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I caught up quick.
Yeah, now, but you made up for time. You made up for lost time, bitch. Yes, you did.
Right. But he said, don't. I spent the whole weekend chasing after this date, and it never happened.
Don't.
And he was like, don't. You'll spend the whole weekend. So don't spend the whole weekend.
You need to be open to everything that's going to happen that weekend.
Exactly. Don't spend the whole weekend chasing that perfect whatever. I'm not saying don't fuck somebody that's totally not your type, or play with somebody that's totally not your type, but open to the opportunities of the world, and be open to not having the opportunities of just spending time with family. I enjoy people talking about people wanting to play Uno or what's that other?
Spades.
No, not Spades.
Uno, Spades, and Phase 10.
Phase 10, that long ass game that Maximus had us play that time we had a thing. And big bitch, I walked away. I was gone for an hour and y'all was still on the same hand.
Listen, it's like Monopoly, where it feels like it never ends, but it actually does end.
I guess.
It's a lot.
So
but it's fun.
But all of that, I mean, I want you to do that. I don't want you looking at the camera. I don't want you to go to Blackout and then leave Blackout saying, I didn't have a good time because I didn't get 15 nuts, or I didn't get, 35 dicks, or whatever. Live in the moment, be in the moment. Sometimes those moments are very sexual, but those moments are organic.
Yeah.
Like when you were standing in the suite and someone's like, Brista. You like, well, thank God I took my blue pill. And you walk into the room and you come out 4 hours later like, bitch, is it daylight?
Listen.
But those are organic opportunities because you let yourself be open to them. But then if someone else is like, hey, let's go play cards and let's have wonderful times, and you have good times and live in that moment and not be like, oh, I got to leave because I might have this date. Because 75% of the time, that date has already found somebody else.
Listen, that date's already. I just want to be it has happened in this space because it's not set up that way, but it's happened in other spaces like Pride and things like that, where a trip to the store turns into 2 days later you come back. So I mean that has happened,
right?
And I just want people to understand that in these events, especially with Blackout, it can happen in lots of different ways. So just be open to what the opportunities are. Listen, people always fantasize about places where they want to fuck, or places where they want to do stuff, or places where they want to just be.
Speaking of places to fuck, girl, don't get thrown out of the hotel.
Because I was just about to say, people be in the stairwells, they be in the hallways, they be up on the roof, they be all types of weird shit. And it's like, listen, you
paid your money to get a room in the hotel.
You have a room, but all that may be exciting. But baby, listen, this is an unspoken thing here, but it's like, bitch, don't get kicked out the room. Don't get kicked out of the hotel. Because if you get kicked out the hotel, baby, I don't know what else I'm gonna tell you. All I got is, well, baby, listen, I can make your reservation around the corner at the Hojo, and I can give you $25 for that. That's all I can do. That's all I got. Because
I'm telling you right now, you get kicked out of the hotel, don't call me because I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what else to. I don't.
And as much as as the chair of the Onyx National Council, and all of you all are my brothers, if you don't know what my real first, middle, and last name is, don't call me when something crazy. Now, if you get into some accidental trouble,
right, that's a whole different story.
But don't call me because you got caught fucking in the stairs. Especially they got ice and shit running around here, girl. Don't do anything crazy.
Let's not do
Fuck that. In the hotel room or in the spaces that the event has provided for you to do that sort of stuff.
Just don't step out. Like I was having this conversation with Isu online. I started thinking about because we were talking about going out to try to find some stuff, and I was like, I don't know about that. I got to think about that again. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But again, I just have to make that decision when I get there. But
was Isu's one of the park girls too?
No.
I'm fucking Isu. I didn't know you were not one of the park girls.
And let me also clarify, baby, I don't like the parks. I have participated in the parks.
I mean, who among us has not?
Yeah, but
it's not a preference.
Yeah, I'm not a park. I'm not a park girl.
Especially not at this point in my life.
Give me a motherfucking bed and a fucking room. And
first of all, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with what I can lose.
Well,
so
that is part of it.
I'm not trying to get caught up, and then next thing you know, that shit is on my record, or I miss some meetings because it takes me 3-4 days to resolve this shit while I'm stuck in jail or what. No, girl, I don't.
Yeah.
No, especially I have paid for a room in this motherfucking hotel.
I'm going to use this motherfucker the way I'm supposed to use this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we're going to do.
So, also, another thing. Y'all can try to stunt on this hotel if you want.
If you come through with some shenanigans at trying to pay for your room, baby, don't call me. And here's the thing, as someone who has been a part of and know some of the kids that have done some of this type of shit.
Who
When I
among us has
see
not
it
pulled
happening,
a stunt?
when I see it happening, I'm always like, girl, that's not gonna do well.
The stunts, you know, you can't pull the stunts the same way that you used to back in the day because everything is electronic.
That's not going to end well. And it's like, okay, girl, all right, whatever.
And if you get kicked out of the room, under no circumstances should you knock on my door.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
None. Because no one who was knocking on my door was not expected.
That part.
So if I hear
that part
that wasn't preceded by a text or a communication,
listen, I
because even if it's an emergency, before I come and knock on your door, I would be like, bitch, are you even in the room?
Like something's wrong. Yeah. Like this, let's just make this listen.
Yeah. So, all right. So no stunts, no shows, no showing out, fucking the spaces that they provide for you to fuck. Don't try to be cute.
And it's 2025. Be safe out in these motherfucking streets.
Right.
If you want to leave and explore the city and go out somewhere, bitch, be safe. Don't go by yourself. Go with somebody else. And
or
I would probably tell you not to even go.
I just
that's
you know,
another story.
I am 100% not one of those people who, like our president is talking about Chicago is a dangerous place. But girl, you don't live there. Yeah. So you don't know what neighborhoods are a little bit more shiesty than others, or that may just be far the fuck out. And you know, the shit on the map is like 3 miles away, but because of the city, it take you like an hour to get there and shit. And you know, everybody say, hey, whatever happened to Joe? And then we get back and find out Joe never made it back.
He never made it back. And then 2 months later, you find out somebody that found his body in the river. No.
Right. So if you are,
and let me be clear,
going to be doing shenanigans, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me be clear. If I don't return, bitch, listen. If I don't return, when y'all find me, I need you to open my motherfucking hand because I'm gonna have something in my hand. DNA of some. I'm telling you,
right,
bitch. If I'm missing,
there will be clues.
There will be a lot of clues. You better make sure y'all open my motherfucking hands. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was right along those lines. So I'm saying that I mean, I'm sure I'll get on Sniffies, but only to see like local people. I'm not. First of all, and also don't be inviting trade who are not part of the event to the hotel because that's all I need is in the hotel. Everybody that I want to fuck is right there. If you do venture out, let someone know where you are going and have a thing. So I'm gonna be like, epic. So I'm about to dip out. Like this is where I'm going to.
Numbers. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here, the date and the time.
Right. I'm gonna be here. And right before I walk in, wherever it is, I'm gonna text you. I have arrived. Call me in 30 minutes. Epic's instructions are to call me in 30 minutes. My instructions are to 100% answer that call, no matter what I am doing. And if everything is cool, I would be like, girl, everything is fine.
Cool. All right.
Or if things aren't going fine and I can't say it, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I just love sucking dick.
Okay, and so let me go ahead and send this Uber on over here to you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, here we go.
And if I don't call, by default, if I don't answer the phone, something is wrong.
Absolutely.
Something is wrong.
Absolutely.
It is so wrong that I can't answer the phone.
Absolutely.
Because I've never been in a sexual situation that is so hot, especially when I've set this up, that I'm not going to, even if I've forgotten about it, because you know the shit could get hot and heavy right away. But as soon as the phone rings, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to answer this call.
We're going to take a break for this one time to answer this call.
I'm also a dom top. So my relationship to these things, so ain't nobody ever going to have me tied up or whatever. And a respectful person is going to be like, you walk in and be like, a friend is going to call in 30 minutes.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that. I would just be like,
I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like,
I would be like, I need to answer this call. And if they don't let you out, then something is wrong.
That's a problem. Yeah.
So yeah. Packing.
So listen, I want to let y'all know, I walked into the Gay Boy Mansion and we have one bag already packed.
Yes.
I was giving kudos. I was like, oh my God, yes, this is amazing. And then he said, I have a second bag
It's Blackout, and I'm teaching a class about putting stuff up your butt. I have to bring a bag full of stuff to put up people's butts.
So that one bag was just all clothes?
That's all clothes.
That was all clothes. Okay. All right. Okay. We listen, when we get there, we'll see. I'm see how it's gonna roll.
Mm-hmm. And I have to have a carry-on because I have to my CPAP has to go in a bag, and that's not going to go into nobody's plane. You are not going to embarrass me. I will not be shamed about my luggage.
So I'm bag shaming
you. You are bag shaming me. You are bag shaming me.
I'm bag shaming you. Okay.
So in terms of packing, I used to be the kind of person who's like, all right, I need to bring 4 pairs of, I was like, I'm going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's 5 days. So I need at least 6 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks. I'm like, one, I don't wear underwear, especially when we are at a kinky event. Now, I do have some fun, sexy underwear, but I'm just talking about drawers. I don't bring any drawers. And listen, my feet are clean. I don't put my feet in dirty socks. And I don't have funky, sweaty feet. So I only really bring like 2 pairs of socks. One that I need like a thick pair to wear for boots, and one to wear like in regular stuff. So you judge me if you like, but that's less underwear. Now, baby, I bring plenty of girdles, lots of girdles. So and I got to break because I got to be on stage. So I'm gonna have the goodest girdle that's got me.
I want to see the video on stage. You're like a bobblehead because it's gonna be so tight. It's gonna be like. Listen, Matthew, we already had that conversation because I was on the phone with this one, and this one was packing the microwave.
Who?
And the coffee maker, or like the Matthew.
Who was Oh, he was packing the coffee maker. Girl, there's a coffee maker in the room. And there's a microwave in some of the rooms, at least.
Somebody, I'm not going to mention no names, Matthew, but packed like a microwave and some other food and some other stuff for like a 3-4 day stay. Listen, but okay. Pillows and everything else. I was like, what are we doing?
Girl, I'm bringing... And you know what? Depending on where we're going, I don't always bring a lot of toiletries. Because I'm like, well, first of all, I always have to go to a CVS or somewhere to get a gallon of distilled water. So I already have an unopened thing, a travel size toothpaste. So I've got that and a travel size deodorant. But sometimes I don't bring those things, especially if I'm going like to Fort Lauderdale. Like when we go to Fort Lauderdale at the end of the year, we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. So I can buy a travel size toothpaste and a travel size deodorant that is going to last as long as I need it to there in Fort Lauderdale. So there's shit that I don't bring or travel with at all. In terms of clothes, most of the shit that you need to bring. So the fanciest thing you need to bring is for the annual general meeting gala on Saturday at 7.
That's the opening reception.
No, that's the closing. And again, now listen, if you don't have a ton of leather,
wear what the fuck you have and just make it look good.
Dark jeans and a white shirt and your bar vest, because hopefully you've got a bar vest. Bring your cleaning supplies to clean the hotel room. I don't stay at hotel. So listen, I'm not trying to be anybody's pockets, right? But I'm not staying in any hotels where I'm afraid to put my shit down on surfaces because I think they're dirty. And even if I did, I'd get a travel size bottle of Lysol from the fucking CVS. I'm not traveling with that stuff.
I'm not doing all that.
I'm not shading you. I promise you I'm not shading you.
The air fryer. That's what it was. It was the air fryer.
Why would you bring it?
Listen.
You must be driving.
They were, but still, why do you need all that? What do you need that? But hey,
that reminds me of the time. So during the pandemic, the slave and I did a little staycation at a little Fairfield in.
Was that the one where you did the electric Swiffer thing? And y'all were in the cabin or something?
No. We were at like a Fairfield Inn.
Oh, okay.
And like in the middle of the night, the fucking fire alarm goes off. Come to find out, this motherfucker was in the room, in their room frying catfish, and walked out of the room to go get some ice, and the shit boiled over and set something on fire. And I was like, who the fuck has a deep fryer in their hotel room?
We just gonna go ahead and let it be, and we're gonna figure out. Listen, anyway,
so the only thing you fully need, only the most formal thing you need is for that. Rest of the thing is party and bullshit clothes, because 2-3
jobs,
no shade, ain't nobody looking at you like that. So no need to pack all of that. I did pack a bunch of I packed a lot of stuff, but I'm not necessarily.
You may not be wearing all that stuff either.
But I have learned to pack only what I need. I bought enough t-shirts that I can change t-shirts probably twice a day.
Yep.
I'll have something. And then maybe 3 times, depending on what I might wear if we go out later that night. Also, girl, I don't know who raised some of you leather gays, but you do not need to pack all of your colognes and other stuff. Now, I do have a cologne, but the cologne is a leather scent. And let me explain to you how you do the cologne. You can do 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you don't do is your cologne, whether leather or not, should not linger in the elevator when you are not on the elevator.
That part is correct. That part is absolutely correct.
There's no situation where you should have more than 6 pumps of your cologne. And at least 2 of those, you put them like here, because that sort of
irritates me.
I don't put it directly on my skin. It's like on my clothes, so it still gets the warmth and whatever. Pulse point, pulse points, and then pulse points. And sometimes I put it underneath my clothing, but again, never more than 6 pumps. Again, unless you have like a leather scented cologne
and soaps as well.
And soaps. Eccentric said, I am bringing cologne and it will not be leather and it will be doused. My scent trail will be massive. Listen, Eccentric, you are a title holder and you are a grown man and you are welcome to wear whatever it is you like, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right, baby.
But I will say that everybody ain't you.
Yeah. We might have a conversation about that a little bit later, but okay. All right.
And then so I'm wearing my boots on the plane because
that's the conversation that I was thinking about.
I have clear and pre-check. Although now apparently they're not taking the girls take their shoes off anymore. But my boots are very comfortable. Okay. So I'm wearing my boots on the plane and packing the 2 pairs of tennis shoes that I'm bringing. And I'm also bringing a very specific late night hoe outfit. So then you might have what I might wear to the play party is, a little bit more leathery, a little bit more kinky, a little bit more ensemble-y. But I have a pair of hoe shorts with zip-up pockets.
Okay.
And a little light t-shirt. That's just for fucking in the hotel.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That part.
So that's what you need to bring.
So you really don't need a whole bunch of clothes.
No, you do not.
Especially, and I think that's the thing. You really, for the most part, you really could check into the hotel and not come out the entire weekend.
There's a restaurant in the hotel.
You really could. But even if you have a pair, what you're wearing in is what you're wearing out. It's good. That's cool. Like you can save some of the space and pack it. So that's in my mind. I'm sitting there thinking like,
and because it's a leather event, the expectation is that some of the shit you're going to wear again anyway. Because like theoretically, you could bring 2 Onyx t-shirts.
Yep, and just switch them out
and just wear your Onyx. Wear one Onyx t-shirt in the morning and one in the afternoon, and switch it up the next day. And since we are all about natural sense, unless you have just totally funked it up.
Wow.
And even some people like that. So you don't have to bring a lot of clothes at all.
Well, I mean, listen, Tyra, you don't have to miss it. You just come. I mean, well, no, but no. You need to be here because you have no. We don't get back till Monday.
Right.
But next time, that's fine.
Cocoa butter leather, brother. Exactly.
Or shea butter.
Yes.
Either or. But
you could also put a little bit of your leather cologne in the shea butter and then just sort of, but you got to be because now you got it all over, so you don't want it to be too heavy. But that shea butter will melt into your skin. Absolutely. And so then you've got a very light scent. Because here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with a slight scent trail that's epic.
Right. You'd be like, oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
But you don't want to be like, Epic was on this elevator.
Like, bitch, I just keep sniffing here around the corner. Like, bitch.
Right. You follow a scent trail like a fucking bloodhound.
That is not what we're doing.
Anyway, so those are some tips for the Blackout Virgin.
And the other part of this is, and what I really want to say is, bitch, just have fun.
Exactly.
Whatever you're doing, just have fun. Make it fun. Listen, in these days and times at this particular point, we don't know what the fuck is going to happen tomorrow. Right. We don't know what the day is going to bring. We don't know what. Baby, have fun. Have as much fun as you need to have. Because, baby, you don't know the next time that you may be able to see. Case in point, my line, when we went over, somebody said this to me, and I can't remember who said it to me. They said, this will probably be one of the first and last times that all of you will be together at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And that has only happened when we went over. We've never had everybody on my line together in the same space at an event all at the same time. And now it's never going to happen because we're missing Lonzy. But again, just the case, just the idea of like how quickly things change, and just enjoy that moment. Have fun. Please have fun. Meet as many people as you need to meet. Like, meet everybody. Hell, just try to meet everybody, because everything doesn't have to be transactional, right? Yeah, just meet. Just say hi to people.
If someone that you don't find attractive says hello, bitch, say hello back.
Hey, bitch, what's going on?
Now if they start getting hands in, you can just be like no. You're like, but that is a complete people, sentence. Enjoy people, have a good time. Every interaction you have does not have to be transactional. Listen, you don't have to only speak or only respond to people that you are attracted to. Some of your brothers are going to be people that you are not attracted to at all, but they're still your brothers. Right. And just treat them as such. Be nice to people. Enjoy them. Just because you don't want to have sex with that person doesn't mean you can't have a really good conversation or kiki
baby
down with them.
Some of my best moments at leather events have been the in-betweens, the hallways, the conversations, Baby, those are the best times, and I look forward to that. So I'm looking forward to all of that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to all that.
So you got a few stories for us?
Yeah. I've got a few stories for you. We have, listen, really quickly. I know we're not necessarily pressed for time, but I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as we possibly can. But for those of you that are Real Housewives fans, Wendy Osefo and her husband, did y'all hear that she was booked on fraud charges? Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie, they've been booked on criminal fraud charges. And according to documents from a TMZ, the TMZ website that I found this on, the Real Housewives star of Potomac is facing 16 charges, including 7 felonies for allegedly making false or misleading info fraud in excess of $300. Now, they say that the couple reported a burglary in April last year, and they claim that they found their bedroom ransacked after returning from a trip from Jamaica. But again, the prosecution said that, I'm sorry, not the prosecution. An investigation was conducted, and they determined that some of the items that they said that they were stolen had been purchased, then returned to the store, where a full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. The documents included or came up to a total of about $450,000 of personal property loss. Dr. Wendy's been on the show since season 5. She was a college professor of education. She taught at Hopkins before resigning in 2024. She was a contributor to The Hill at MSNBC. She has degrees from Temple and Johns Hopkins, all that good stuff. But listen, she's been charged, and it's up. We'll find out how that actually rolls. So
and 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Start queen. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Start queen. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Start queen. Start queen. Start queen. Start queen. Start. Baby,
Listen.
Funky Dineva said, "Baby, them fucking Nigerians can't help but run a scam."
And remember,
but let's dive into this for a second, right?
Okay.
Remember how you always say, "Girl, if someone robbed me, I would always be like, they took my priceless Picasso." This is literally that. And then, so here's the thing. First of all, if you're gonna do it, as my cousin used to say, if you're gonna do a stunt, don't say, my priceless Baccarat crystal got stolen, and then be on the BGKH show the next day with these same fucking Baccarat mugs. So how you gonna say some shit got stolen and then be on social media with the shit or returning the shit to the local store? Bitch, if you are going to do that, you got to wait.
Yes.
As long as you can before you return that shit.
And in this situation, social media was also another culprit in how they found out that they were wrong, because
you always got to post it on social media
with some of the items that she said was actually missing. So that was another way.
So you think Al Capone, was like, yeah, just robbed a bank, or not Al Capone, but name a famous bank robber.
Child.
A famous bank robber, like, yeah, on after they robbed the bank, they sitting there, they post pictures on Instagram with the fucking cash. Girl, if you are, by definition, crime is supposed to be done in secret.
I got another a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
American Gangster, the character that Denzel Washington played.
Mm-hmm.
When his wife bought him that motherfucking fur, he said, "This is too motherfucking loud." He wore it to the motherfucking boxing match, and they targeted his ass because he was so motherfucking flashy.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch!
Exactly.
Like these are basic, but
right, because you're supposed to, according to the world, you're just supposed to be like a businessman.
It was blended into the crowd, but
exactly,
here you are with this motherfucking link on,
$500,000 fur on.
And let's keep in mind that Karen Huger just actually got out of jail for her DUI, and she was supposed to do a 6 months of a year, 6 months of her 1 year sentence, or she was supposed to do a year. She only did 6 months, and so she got back. She just came out. So listen, exactly, Tyra.
Moving silence like turkey lasagna.
Exactly. And they also said that if you're gonna do shit in private, because you don't need to involve 18,000 people. Bitch, if it's more than one other person, baby, that's too much.
Right, you already got a check from the insurance company for $450,000.
It's too much.
But you had to, baby, if you're gonna do that level of stunt, then somebody who can move that shit for you and get you. So if you claim your $50,000 fur got stolen and they've reimbursed you for the $50,000, you get your cousin to sell that shit and then get the money. Don't return it to the fucking store. The fuck?
We gonna move on.
Bitch, we will be good criminals. We would never get caught.
That's not true. That's not true.
By definition,
that's not true. But so listen, another thing that's happening is MTV is shutting down some of their music channels after 40 years of being the leader in pop culture, and we've had all types of music and icons and legends and trends and everything else come out of MTV. MTV's parent company, Paramount Global, plans to shut down 5 of the MTV branded music channels in the UK and parts of Europe by December 31st, 2025. Now, the affected channels include MTV Music, MTV 80s, MTV 90s, MTV Live, and Club MTV, long-running networks that played nonstop hits, classic throwbacks, and live performances. Now, Paramount has not confirmed full global closure, but industry trackers like Nikolai report that the similar wind downs are planned in select markets, including Slovakia and other European nations. Now, remember, MTV launched in 1981 with the now historic line, "Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll." And the first video to air was "Video Killed the Radio Star" by the Buggles. So I remember seeing that all the time. Again, people are talking about why is it happening. The truth, it's very simple. Basically, YouTube, TikTok, social media, all of that is affecting MTV or has affected MTV. It isn't disappearing entirely. The Video Music Awards will continue to air in the US and stream on Paramount Plus, but the golden age of music television, where we once waited for by the screen for a premiere or argued over countdowns and fell in love with a band or all that stuff, it's officially behind us.
Right, but they did that to themselves, though.
Well,
because they
possibly
leaned away from music.
That part,
which created the opening for music to be in all of these other places.
That part, but if they didn't do it, eventually it was still going to happen. I think
that's true.
Yeah.
But you accelerated your own demise because people, if MTV had been like, continue to be, even if there were other channels, if MTV was the premier place where you like when
Desmond, we are not
Alvernian Prestige.
Go ahead, keep going.
If MTV had continued to be the prestige place where music videos first premiered, then we might not be having this conversation. Because there would still be a place for it. But now the girls, people, there's generations of kids that have just know it as MTV. They don't even know what MTV stands for.
That is correct.
Because they don't in their lifetime.
It's always been MTV.
Bitch,
it's never been music television.
People born at 9/11 are 24 years old now. They are grown adults.
I'm gonna need you to not.
I know. Someone. I was like, because I was watching something and someone was like, I was born, in 2021. And before I could stop myself, I was like, well, bitch, how are you drinking? And then I was like, bitch, she is 24 years old. Of course she's drinking.
Listen, we're gonna leave that alone. Next, I wanted to talk about, one of my favorite shows, and it was a great movie because I love everything vampire werewolf, was Interview with the Vampire. And so AMC has it, and they finished the second season and they are going into the third season. And listen, if you've read the books or you've seen the movies, the television show is pretty much following the books. There's
much more closely than the movie did.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So there's some things that are slightly different and added in and tweaked a little bit. But I just wanted to let you all know that the third season is actually underway, or the production of it is underway. And there's a first trailer that's out that was released during Comic-Con. There was a panel that had some of the actors, Sam Reed, who plays Lestat, Jacob Anderson, who played Louis, Eric Bogeson, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, played Daniel, Asad Zaman, who played Armand, and Jennifer L., who played Gabriella, on hand. It was also announced that Sheila Adam, I hope I pronounced her name as well, or Atim, okay, has joined the cast as Akasha, aka the Queen of the Damned. And that may sound familiar because it was the role that Aaliyah had played in the actual movie as well. She's not in the feature, or there's not a feature of her in the trailer. We do get to see that there's a somewhat tense reunion between Louis and Lestat, who is now living his best rock star life, and the return of Delaney Hales as Claudia. So if you remember, between season 1 and season 2,
which I haven't finished season 2.
Okay, so there was a change.
Yeah, there was a change in the character
of the actor, and so, but the thing is, the way the story is going, and based on the books, because there's 11 or 12 of the books or whatever, there's a possibility in this series that Claudia, even though at the end of the second season, you would think that she may not actually show up again, the way it's written is that there's a strong possibility that she's going to show up in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And so they were actually chatting with the actress to try to figure out if they can get some other information, but they could not. but there's a very strong chance that she's going to show up. So I just want to bring it out to you all to keep that in mind, that AMC Interview with the Vampire is coming back up, because I'm going to be in it again, because it was one of my shows. I actually love it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Some sad news. We've had some deaths that have happened along with the death of MTV. We've also lost a R&B crooner. I don't want to call him a legend, but I think that
he was a legend.
But I was gonna say, but I think that he had some music that has just
definitely legendary.
Is legendary and has made a mark. But D'Angelo, the Grammy-winning R&B singer and musician who helped usher in the neo soul movement, died Tuesday after a private battle with cancer. His family announced. He was 51. He was born Michael Eugene Archer in Richmond, Virginia. D'Angelo was the youngest of 3 sons of a Pentecostal preacher. He grew up playing music with his older brother, Luther Archer. In 1994, they wrote and co-produced the single "You Will Know" for the R&B super group Black Men United, which I didn't remember. I didn't even know that it was them. But that group featured Brian McKnight, Usher, R. Kelly, Boyz II Men, Raphael Sadiq, and a whole lot of other people. But D'Angelo released his critically acclaimed debut album, Brown Sugar, the following year. His sophomore album, Voodoo, was released in 2000 and is considered a genre-bending landmark. It won Grammy Awards for the Best R&B Album, and the sultry single, United, it's not United, it's Untitled. How Does It Feel? Earned D'Angelo a Grammy for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance, while the song's video, featuring a nude, slow-jamming, crooning D'Angelo, turned him into an unwitting sex symbol. Well, baby, listen. It was just fun to look at. There's all these theories that were saying that he was getting head while the video was going on and all sorts of stuff. It was a whole bunch of just all types of stuff going on. But anyway, one of the critics talked about D'Angelo. They said something about they dubbed D'Angelo as R&B Jesus and a better performer than Marvin Gaye. I don't necessarily know if I agree or disagree with that, but I don't necessarily know that they both can't exist as being good singers. But yeah,
all of it, there's always this need to pit people against or say he's the return of. It's like, no, you can say in the vein of. But D'Angelo really pushed back against not the song, because the song How Does It Feel was already on the album, but he didn't really want to do the video like that because he viewed himself as a very serious artist, and he didn't want to be known for his body. And just like he feared, the concert tour that followed that, women would be like, and some men were demanding that he would just take his clothes off. So he was like, so he gained a lot of weight, and probably as a consequence of that, because he did not want to be seen as this sex symbol. He wanted to be taken seriously for his art.
Just so y'all know, that's my backstory. I just want y'all to know.
Right, I gained this weight because I did this video.
I didn't want to be a sex symbol.
Exactly. I don't need you people.
I mean, I'm down still my sexy, door. I just want to be that sexy.
Exactly.
But anyway,
I need some distance.
That's it. But D'Angelo leaves 3 kids: Michael Archer Jr., which is Angie Stone is his mom, and Morocco Archer, and a daughter, Imani Archer, who's also a singer. So I'm looking forward to hearing something from Imani. And I also think that Michael Archer Jr., his son with Angie, I think he does music as well. Because I think there was an interview I just saw before she passed where they were talking about D'Angelo or whatever. But I think he does music as well. But rest in peace and our condolences to D'Angelo's family, his children, and everyone else. But I also want to talk about Diane Keaton, who we actually lost as well. She was a filmmaker, author, Oscar-winning actress, known for her roles in Annie Hall, The Godfather trilogy, Father of the Bride, and the Book Club franchise. She was absolutely amazing for me. Her comic timing, her goofiness, her quirkiness was everything for me, and I thought it was amazing. This white woman made me laugh every time I saw her, especially in a comedy role. And in the first Wives Club, she was absolutely hilarious. All 3 of them were. But
I drink because I am sensitive and highly strung. Like, that's why your co-stars drink.
Anyway,
and her role as Kay Adams Corleone in The Godfather.
So I keep forgetting that was her.
I know, and I was like, "Bitch, that was her."
I keep forgetting that was her.
She turned that role out so fiercely,
and she dated Al Pacino.
When she told Michael Corleone that she had an abortion, baby. Ooh.
If you've never seen that, baby, this is definitely on that list. But yeah, when her and Al Pacino were together, and I think it was she wanted to get married and he didn't want to get married, and they didn't get married. Listen, she was, her and Woody Allen. She talked about even when Woody Allen was going through the child pedophilia and all that accusations, alleged or true, whatever it is, but all that stuff. She said that while she didn't condone his behavior, she said he was still my friend. And so I kind of understand what she was saying. She was like, listen, I'm disconnecting from the behavior, but the person is still a friend.
We know people
and we
who
definitely
have been convicted of things.
All types of things.
And, they know very clearly my feelings on what they did, but they're still my friend.
Right. So, but again, we lost her and she was 79.
Oh, Epic Matthew said, you're still a sex symbol.
Well, I mean, get into it. It's like, listen, he said it on the BGKH show. This is what it is. And so this is where we are. So
you got to do other things. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Anyway. So I also want to talk about some new music that was released this last week. Pink Pantheress surprised fans this week by announcing she would be dropping a remix project of her last album titled Fancy Some More. It contained a host of incredible features, including Kylie Minogue, Kaytranada, Jade, Basement Tracks. I'm all for Kaytranada. American singer-songwriter Khalid will be dropping the highly anticipated After the Sun Goes Down. The record includes hit single Nobody Make Me Feel with Oscar Med K, which reached its highest position in the official singles chart last week at number 33. Mobb Deep has a new album out with Infinite. Robbie Williams announced that he'll be releasing the 6th single off of the upcoming album Britpop called Pretty Face. Demi Lovato also returns. She has her upcoming release, It's Not That Deep, with the song Kiss. Off the back of her last single, Yes Baby, in September, Madison Beer has quickly followed up with that track with her newest release, Bittersweet. Beat a Bitch Up is a new single by Alameda and also Doechii, which I love me some Doechii. I just realized that the two twins dancing behind her are her sisters. They're her twin sisters. Okay. Yeah, and I was like, because that was amazing. But okay, anyway. Gone by David Guetta, Teddy Swims, and Tones and I. There's a new single out as well. And then lastly, I wanted to point this out. If you all remember Love Jones and that whole time in space and moment between Nia Long and Lorenz Tate and their characters, it was an amazing time. Well, people have always been asking about Love Jones 2 and all this other stuff, but they're not going to be doing a Love Jones 2, but they are going to be set to reunite on screen as the leads of a new untitled romantic drama for Netflix. We don't have a date on it, but it is based off of or inspired by Maxwell's album, Maxwell Urban Hang Suite. And baby, when I tell you I played that album from beginning to end all the time, so I'm kind of feeling the vibe of that, just the idea of it. The film is being written by Kate Oyegun, a writer-producer who's best known for her work on NBC's This Is Us, which I like the show. Maxwell and John D. Hammond, along with Long and Tate, will serve as executive producers. So looking forward to that. Don't have a release date on that, but again, just want to keep you guys in the loop with that as well. So that's all I got as far as stories for right now. But I wanted to just point that stuff out. But we wanted to make sure we talked about Blackout and everything that you need to know to survive and participate and do well at Blackout. But we still want to keep you in the know. So we will definitely have lots of stories and reports from Blackout, and some of which
a full report,
some of which we may not necessarily be talking all about, but we will definitely
talk around the edges.
Right, we will definitely give you the fringes of a lot of stuff or some stuff. I'll say that.
Yes,
but anyway, that's where we are, and yeah, I'm looking forward to Blackout. I'm looking forward to just the breakout of the monotony of everyday what we doing. Going to work, come back home,
right?
Play with my cat, get mad at her because she tried to jump on the bookcase and then whatever.
Oh, you talking about an actual cat?
Yes, her name is Clark, my fur baby. Yes, I'm talking about her. Thank you very much.
I'm fucking with you. Well, all right, kids. Thank y'all for coming out. It is almost 11 o'clock. It is time to.
Yeah, it's almost like bedtime. Ooh,
yeah, and I gotta pack because my flight is tomorrow, so I gotta finish putting stuff in this bag. Ooh. I'm so glad I got that one bag packed. So, but my flight doesn't leave. So since I paid $895 for this new American Express card, girl, I use her all the time. So I need to check in my bag at Southwest at Terminal 1, then walk across to Terminal 2 so I can go to the motherfucking Centurion Lounge to have breakfast. Because, bitch, there's no scenario under which I will be in an airport that has a Centurion Lounge that I will not go to.
Okay.
Because I need, I will just sit there for an hour, have a couple of cocktails, and then be on my way. So
there's where we are.
We love you all so much. We look forward to seeing some of you all at Blackout, and we will have a full report, or
we'll have a full.
We will have a partially redacted report.
Right. It'll be redacted report from redacted. From redacted Onyx Blackout. Redacted Blackout 30. That's what
exactly.
Yeah, that's what's gonna wind up being. I feel like it.
All right, loves. We will see you all on the next go around. Bye.
Bye.